Hello, everyone. I am back with another quick book haul. I had a few books that I wanted to add to complete some of the book collections that I already have. So, some of them I did find, and one set I was able to complete. No, two sets I was able to complete, and I need a few more books for another set that I wanted to complete. But I'm going to go ahead and jump right into what it is that I picked up on today. So, first of all, in my last haul, I did mention that I am currently reading Perfect Peace by Daniel Black, and this is a reread for me. And doing my reread, a lot of times when you have a reread of something, because it's been years, a very long time since I read this, probably close to when it was first released. So that was a lot of things in here that I forgot even happened, but there's so much in it that just makes me so angry now, maybe because I'm reading it from older eyes, but this is a very interesting read if it's something you may want to jump into. Okay, so I have been trying to complete my Outlander series because I'm ready to jump into that series. I'm kind of late to it, but I don't normally keep up with the trends anyway. I kind of read at my own pace or follow things at my own pace. But I went in because I needed book three. I wanted to have at least the first five books in the series in order to begin it. So I did need Voyager, book three, and I'll show you the ones that I did show in my last haul. I have here. So I have here what I picked up already. Is it all in front? Yeah. Okay, so what I had already was Outlander, Dragonfly and Amber, Drums of Autumn, and The Fiery Cross. So these are the four that I already had. And I wanted to pick up just book three in order to get started on the series, Voyager. And when I picked it up, I noticed that these were also on the shelf and it was the only one. So I decided to just go ahead on and complete the series and pick these up also. So I also have An Echo in the Bone, A Breath of Snow and Ashes, and Written in My Own Heart's Blood. So I have the complete series and I am so anxious to jump into it. That's why I want to just go ahead on and be done with Perfect Peace because I am pretty much here. I'm to the near end, so I want to go ahead on and get done with that so that I'm excited to jump into something else. So let's move on to the next books. So the next series completion that I wanted to complete was the Spiderwick Chronicles. I don't know if I ever mentioned that I started collecting these books again, that I wanted to re-add these to my library. I may have, but I have been recollecting these, and this one is book three. It took forever for me to find book three. I want to say I probably started picking these up maybe about 6 to 8 months ago, and today, finally, when I went back there and looked on the shelf, and book three was on the shelf. So I was so happy to see that. And this one is Lucinda's Secret. So I already have book one, The Field Guide. This is book two, The Seeing Stone. Now, book three, Lucinda's Secret. Book four, The Ironwood Tree. And book 5, The Wrath of the Mulgarth. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I think it's Mulgarth. So that is the 5, all 5 of the Spiderwick Chronicles. And also, I had this Spiderwick Chronicles, the Fantastical Observations. For Fantastical Observations, this is like a little notebook. I thought it was cute, so I just went ahead and picked that up. I've had this one for quite some time. And Beyond Spiderwick, I have 2 books in Beyond Spiderwick. This one is The Nixie Song and A Giant Problem. So I do need book 3 for Beyond Spiderwick, and then I will be complete with this. Okay, so for another series completion that I went in trying to complete was a series of unfortunate events. And to complete a series of unfortunate events collection, I needed book 8. I also needed book 10, 11, and 12. So I did not find 10 and 11, and I'll just be on a little continuous hunt for those. But I did pick up book 8, which is The Hostile Hospital, and book 12, The Penultimate Peril. So to show you what I have already in this series, starting with book 1, The Bad Beginning. And we have here book 2, The Reptile Room. Book 3, The Wide Window. Book 4, The Miserable Meal. The book 5, The Austri Academy. Let's see. Book 6, Estra's Elevator. Book 7, The Vow Village. Book 9, which I just showed you. I have book 8 now, The Carnivorous Carnival. And then book 13, The End. So in between book 9, I am still missing book 10 and 11, and I did pick up 12 today. And this is a look of what I do have as far as completing them. These are just some things that I really, really want to revisit. Okay, so this is what I have so far, and I am only missing 2 to complete this collection. Okay, I didn't do too bad today because I feel like I'm more than halfway through. I just have a few more to show you once I get past this one. So I have here Othello, and I have Othello inside of my massive Shakespeare, but to have it as a standalone copy, and then it was on the in the sale section for $2, I decided to just go ahead on and pick it up. This version also contains a few essays at the back. So I thought that I would just go ahead on and pick this one up. So up next, I have David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. And I thought that this was such a beautiful copy. This is the, I'm going to say Oxford University Press edition. And I love how it has the beautiful marbled end papers in it, the gold gilding going all around the book. And I see quite a lot of titles in this edition, but because most of them I already have, I normally just don't pick the books up, but this is a beautiful, beautiful edition of the book. It also contains illustrations. So I think I'm going to enjoy reading from this. Some people like to just let these sit on the shelf and look beautiful, but I enjoy reading from these beautiful editions. So up next, I have here Beloved by Toni Morrison. And I was so happy to see this copy on the shelf. I often see the paperback copies, and I've been wanting to pick it up for quite some time because it's a book I've been wanting to read. But I saw this one, and it was a perfect opportunity for me to go ahead on and add this to my book library. Okay, so I have one here that is very new to me, and this one is the Dore, and it is by Belzac Drole, the Belzac Drole stories, and it has the original 30 unexpurgated tales and 425 illustrations by Gustave Dore. So this one, seeing it on the shelf, it looked like a rare find, and it's one of those books that I did not want to accidentally walk away from and then go back to look for, and it would no longer be there. So books like this, I love books that are like a collection of stories because you can either read them straight through or look at the contents and decide what from the titles what you may want to read. They're also really good books for people who may want to jump into reading but not sit and have to be confined to reading a complete novel. This would be something to for you to jump into and read a little short 10-minute story and feel like you completed something, and you can constantly go back to it and pick from it. But this is a little small peruse through this book. I'm going to flip through it really, really quickly just so you can get an idea of some of the context that's in it. Now, I'm totally unfamiliar with it, but I am excited to get into this one. So hopefully the last book I have to show you, this is enough space to show it to you. So let's give it a try. Okay, so just as I expected, my desk was not going to be enough space. So I decided to bring you guys outside on the balcony. And this is the art of Walt Disney. I thought that this was a very fascinating book. As I picked it up and browsed through it slightly, the actual dust jacket on it is a little damaged. So I will have to repair it because it's not just a plastic covering that keeps the dust off of the book, but this is actually a part of the title, because if this is removed, then the title and the inside description and everything is no longer there. So I'll just get a light piece of plastic and tape here in order to hold it all together. But to give you guys a little browse through, and hopefully I can keep this in frame. Let me slightly glance at the screen. Okay, so a new art form, and let's see. I'm not going to go through the whole book, but I will give you like a quick little flip through of what's going on in here. Make sure both sides. Okay, yeah, you can see both sides. All right. And I think that there is an updated version of this book. The one that I have, I want to say that this is the 1973 edition. So there may be, I think there's an updated edition that has more added to it by now. And if so, I'm going to look into it and purchase that one also. But I was just happy to see this one. This one is open up. Hopefully you can see the whole thing. But there is a lot going on in here. Another one, another fold out. And I love books that contain art. Every time I go book shopping, I have to pick up at least one book, one art related book. I love this. I may actually recreate this myself. I love that. You guys may also hear the cicadas, and I can hear owls. I'm not sure if my mic is picking all of that up. There was actually a cicada on my balcony a few days ago. I don't know what it was doing. I actually thought it was molting, but I came out looking for it and it was gone the next day because it was spinning around in the same area. But I guess it flew away. Mary Poppins. I love Mary Poppins. I love Mary Poppins. And then the back is just plain. So I hope you enjoyed the flip through of that, and I will get back to the desk. Okay, that was short and sweet. I also wanted to mention that whenever I go book shopping, especially at the used bookstore, I always come in. The first thing I do is take each book out of the bag one at a time and give everything a total and complete wipe down before adding anything new to my shelf. I feel safer to just go ahead on and give everything a total wipe down. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and maybe I showed a few things that you may want to pick up for yourself. But now I am about to have my coffee and my reading. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching.